Outdated Etsy tips are everywhere. Some of them still circulate around the Etsy forums like gospel. But if you're following any of these tips, you may actually be harming your growth. Or worse, you may even be breaking the rules. For those who are new here, my name is Starla, founder of the Handmade Alpha Academy for Etsy sellers and manager at erank.com, Etsy's most popular SEO tool. And if you've been selling on Etsy for a while, you've probably heard your fair share of bad advice and wackadoo theories. And most of the time, it's easy enough to just roll your eyes and keep scrolling. But lately, I've been seeing actual Etsy coaches and so-called experts spreading outdated tactics and false information. And some of the things that they're sharing, some of these things could really hurt your shop. Before we dive into the details, I just want to take a moment to give a quick shout out to this week's featured shop. Thanks so much for your love and support. If you'd like to submit for your own shout out, tag Handmade Alphas in a photo or screenshot of yourself watching this video, either in your Instagram feed or Instagram stories. Outdated tip number 1, use the Etsy search bar to keyword optimize your listings. This is a tip that was useful way back when we didn't have data-driven tools for Etsy. At one time, the Etsy search bar was our only option. But to understand why the search bar is no longer the best way to find keywords, we must first remember that Etsy search bar isn't designed for us. It's designed for shoppers. It's a device meant to tell shoppers what items are available on Etsy. But there's no way to tell if the terms generated are in demand, especially when it comes to the seasonality of the terms. You're basically feeling the forehead rather than using a thermometer to check the temperature. So though the Etsy search bar can make a great springboard to gather ideas, it's best to then take those terms and pop them into the eRank keyword tool. That way you can see their monthly search volumes, as well as the time of year when people are most likely to search these terms. So Etsy search bar out, data-driven keyword tool in. Outdated tip number 2, renew your listings each day to get a boost. While it's true that Etsy gives a boost in search to new listings, this boost has a purpose. And if you abuse the boost, you may find yourself losing Etsy's favor. Listings on Etsy rank based on what's known as their quality score, and quality scores are accumulated through a lot of different metrics. In this free workshop up here, I cover all of the factors that Etsy discloses if you're interested in learning more. But when your new listing is added to your shop, it obviously won't have a quality score yet because it's brand new, right? In order to help you build your initial quality score, Etsy gives each new listing a slight boost. During this time, they observe how shoppers interact with that listing in order to determine where to place that listing in search. And this can take up to 60 to even 90 days. So what happens when you repeatedly pay the 20 cents to renew all of your listings? It makes those listings look not very good. And over time, these listings will likely begin to fall farther and farther down in search. As I always say, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. If it feels like you're trying to game Etsy's system, you're likely doing something that will land you in trouble. Outdated tip number 3, engaging in like ladders to get a boost. I'll go to your shop and you can go to my shop and we'll all favorite each other's listings to get a boost. This doesn't work. If it was this easy to rank on Etsy, everyone would be doing it. And though this outdated tip won't necessarily hurt your shop, it's a huge time waster that I see countless sellers fall into. Etsy tells us that favorites only have an impact on our listing quality scores if those likes come organically from search. So posting a link to your shop or listing on social media and asking everyone to favorite your products isn't going to help you rank. And though Etsy says that favorites coming from organic search do have a positive impact, the impact is minuscule. Favorites are a nice confidence booster, and they're a great way to see which of your items are being discovered in search, but they shouldn't be used as a growth metric. Outdated tip number 4, check your rank by searching for your own items on Etsy. Long ago, this was the case, and unfortunately, scammers and fake Etsy experts often still offer services where they promise to help you rank page 1 on Etsy. Let me save you some time. Next time you see someone talking about helping you to rank on page 1, scroll on by. Because this isn't how rank on Etsy works anymore. That's because a few years ago, Etsy started catering their experience to each unique shopper, based on their location and past habits on the platform. The incorporation of machine learning technology meant that for sellers like us, we could no longer measure our own ranking in search by heading over to the Etsy search bar and typing in a few keywords associated with our products. Because with the new adaptation of machine learning, every shopper will have a totally different experience on Etsy. However, many Etsy gurus will say just log out to check, or use a different browser, or even try searching with a VPN. But none of these methods strips away personalization. Even when logged out or using a different browser, your IP address is still the same. And changing your IP by using a VPN doesn't eliminate personalization. You'll just be seeing personalization for the area where you set your VPN. However, though you can't check your rank via the Etsy search bar anymore, there is a way to see where you'd rank if personalization wasn't applied. To see your rank minus personalization, you can use eRank's Rank Checker tool, which comes directly from Etsy's API, and will show you where your listing would appear in search before personalization is applied. This is your rank, stripped down of personalization, which is great for understanding what the average shopper might see in search. It's also a great way to see which of your listings perform the lowest, so you can work to fix them. I'll go ahead and leave a link up here and down below so you can check out eRank for yourself. And feel free to let me know in the comments where your listings are ranking in search. When taking advice from YouTubers and people in the Etsy forums, be sure to always stay cautious and do your own research, while also paying close attention to Etsy's Seller Handbook, especially as we game up for the busy holiday shopping season. And speaking of the holidays, as of August, my team at eRank is already seeing the very first signs of the holiday shopping rush. If we compare searches for the word Christmas on Etsy to last year, we can see that we are literally weeks away from a traffic explosion. To help you prepare for this rush, my very first Alpha Holiday Bootcamp will be open for the next 3 days for enrollment. This 7-day bootcamp is for the product-based businesses who want to save time, stress less, and follow a simple early prep plan that will help you coast through your October, November, and early December marketing. Unlike most other holiday bootcamps, this isn't a fluff-filled program that draws on and on and on with no actual guidance. The daily videos are short, focused, and they'll tell you exactly what you need to do each day. Then you're given simple marketing tasks to complete with the help of hundreds of marketing templates, graphics, and prompts that I personally created for you. On day 7 of the bootcamp, you'll be able to join eRank CEO Anthony Wolf, my husband Mark, and myself for a live coaching call, where you can ask last-minute questions as you finalize your holiday marketing prep. The bootcamp will be taking place from September 26th through October 2nd, and you only have until September 22nd to enroll, so be sure to click the link down below or visit bootcampalpha.com if this sounds like something that you'd like to check out for your own business. Overall, success on Etsy often means staying alert and watching for changes on Etsy so that the advice that you follow is always up to date. And with a little science, a lot of data, and some help from a trusted Etsy expert, you'll be well on your way to Etsy success. Cue the funky lo-fi beat.